Now who wanna move on 'em? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. To the feastin' on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in the...
Man, that fucking song will get you going, right?
Hell yeah.
Because we unite in the stripes. Welcome to Bengals and Brews. It's Pork Chop and Greg once again because Dale is just getting finished working out, man. He's getting all fit. He's getting fucking trim. He's ready for the NFL scouting combine coming up very shortly, Gregory.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah, man. It's going to be a fun time. Well, buddy, man, some news. Well, first of all, we are brought to you by Midwest Best Barbecue. True. Proud sponsor of this show. Proud of the home of the all you can eat, all the wings, all the barbecue, all the mac and cheese, everything you want to eat there, along that you have to pay for, along with Chop Shop, T-shirts, and you can get mugs and all kinds of. Oh yeah, I got to get that shirt soon. I think something's going to happen, Chop.
Look, man, today's talk was about tea, so I wore my Chop Shop T-shirt.
There we go, man. Awesome.
Number 5.
Yeah, man. Midwest Best, but yeah, back to Midwest. Get what you can there, man. It's all worth going there, man. It's awesome. Well, chat, man, let's see who we got in the chat, man. Thank you, everybody in the chat today.
Oh, we got a lot of people here. We got
Rob,
this
Stranger,
fuck,
Crypt,
this one, Chris, Darth, Matt, Tyler, Tina. What's up? Tyler again, Austin, Kevin. I saw Robert up here, Stranger, and Crypt too. Stranger, Robert, Crypt. Appreciate everybody. And Kevin just popped in. Thanks for stopping in there, Kevin. I haven't seen you in a while in the chat. And Renee.
All well, Kev. Renee.
So anyway, Gregory, I sleep during the day. And so did anything big happen? Let's get this out of the way.
So nothing shocking. Sheldon Rankins got released. I just want to say this about Sheldon Rankins.
Go ahead.
He was going through something during the season. Whatever it is, I think, I speak for all of us, where we hope he's doing okay.
I heard a rumor that it was like spinal meningitis.
Yeah, it's popped. Jeremy Fowler reported it. That's what it supposedly was. But like I say, I hope he's doing okay. Obviously, we knew this was going to happen. The Bengals.
This is exactly what I said during the season when he was out and everybody's dogging on him. Like, man, something might be seriously wrong with this guy, and he just doesn't want to say what it is.
Exactly.
And so maybe that's what was going on. Maybe he got it some fucked up way or something. I don't know.
Also, we resigned Cal Alamitis. What's up, Derek? How you doing?
Thank God we got that long snapper out of the way so we can start the season.
Yeah, we can start. You got to have a long snapper to get the ball to the. I always would say to my boss, "Who needs a long snapper?" And once I kind of said that, that's when Clark Harris got hurt, and I'm thinking to myself, "Yeah, Rob's right. You need."
Do I sound weird to you guys?
You always sound weird, but it's just your voice.
Yeah, just your voice.
It's just your normal voice.
Just kidding, Derek. No,
you sound fine. It sounds a little bit different, but you sound fine. This is third shift, Derek. Everybody.
Yeah.
This is not bourbon, Derek. This is coffee, Derek.
Yeah, coffee, Derek.
Yeah, you just woke up
from
hell
the
yeah.
Chop Shop.
Boom.
This is also from the Chop Shop.
And the shirt. Oh, and the phone case. Look at my phone case.
There you go.
From the Chop Shop.
Yeah, I'm trying our microphones out for the first time.
Okay.
Wireless ones to see if they work out all right. I'm hearing myself and it's freaking me out because I don't like the sound of my own voice.
Nobody does.
So Derek, as me and Chop were discussing, I'm sure you heard as we were coming on. Sheldon Rankins got cut. I think we all saw that happening. What's your take on the whole situation with him?
First of all, I just want to say good morning, Tina. I'm glad somebody else that understands.
And I'm a third shifter too, so I just been out of work because my fucking gallbladder decided to take shit on me.
I love it, but no, the Tee Higgins thing. I mean, unless you're talking about him signing, I haven't. I'm telling you right now. I mean, you guys know I haven't texted or anything, so I'm like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on right now.
Oh, so you just woke up and all that and stuff.
Oh yeah.
all
Okay,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Shelter Rankins got cut, and we re-signed Cal Alamidas to a 1-year contract.
And Robert Dunn found you out, Dale. He heard that beer crack open.
I cracked it before I got on here.
Yeah, you must have had your mic open. You didn't even know.
Wow. Or
Hey,
Robert
the Brew
just sits
Crew's
there.
on this shit, man.
If a beer cracks in Portsmouth and nobody's around to hear it, is it Dale that opened it?
Yes. Even if they hear it, yes.
Oh, fuck me in the ass, boys.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be
Treadmill.
there in 2
No.
hours.
The treadmill sucks. I hate the fucking treadmill in here.
Man, I don't even like walking when you're getting somewhere, much less why the fuck would I walk nowhere? That's crazy talk. The guy at work told me, he's like, man, I got out and walked 5 miles yesterday. And I said, what the fuck? Is something wrong with your car? Why the fuck would you walk 5 miles, man? This is why we got technology. Get in the car, drive there. There's no reason for walking except to the car. Crazy.
But yeah, Sheldon Rankins. Yeah, that's expected, right?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a couple more.
Right.
Let's go ahead and just let's get them out. Let's get them out of here. The ones that
Right.
are going to be gone. Zach
Pull the
Moss,
bus up.
Pratt. You know,
Hey.
I understand maybe if they're trying to trade some of these guys, but Alex Kappa, Sam Hubbard. What, Greg? What?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
mean,
say anything.
I personally like it. You're giving the guy the opportunity to go out there and see if there's somewhere else or something else that he can latch on to. So, I really like. They're not doing it the way that who's the one guy that they cut in the middle of. Anyway, my brain's still in a fog right now.
Yeah, but that's not new. You
No.
just can use the excuse of just waking
Right.
up.
Right. Now you just have an excuse. You
Exactly.
like me. Like you got my excuse. I just woke up. I've been asleep all day.
I don't know what the trade value. Like somebody said, they'd love if we
Traded
could trade
Hubbard?
Hubbard.
Yeah,
But I don't know if he'd have any trade value at his current contract. Is the problem. Same thing
Yeah.
with Kappa. I don't know who would want to pay him $8-9 million.
You're right.
Sam's like 10.
I'll bet you Sam will get picked up by somebody. I just don't know how much.
Yeah, if you cut him, but
yeah. I mean,
I still am of the thought. I hope he retires. Just go out with that
do I.
catch, man.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
so do I. But when somebody's going like, well, hey man, here's $5 more million for a year, you're like, man, $5 million, one more year of my life. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for $5 million, Chop, you'd do a lot of things.
Bro, you can narrow that $5 million down, you know. A lot of shit. I've done shit for free. You know what I mean? So what else is up, man? We're talking tea trade, right?
Well, yeah, we
I
could
mean,
talk some tea. We could talk whatever. Honestly, I just set the.
Well, we
show
might as well
whatever.
talk tea because I
Figure
wore
we
the
do a
goddamn
mock
shirt.
draft at some point.
You labeled the. Oh, okay, that sounds cool. But you
Look,
labeled.
I hung my Joe Burrow thing up that's in the house.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
man.
slowly start putting more stuff in here and see how long before Marissa notices because she never comes in here. So.
So
Yeah.
just hey, one day just put the whole entire garage wall right there behind you.
There you
Yeah,
go,
but
man.
then I
One
gotta
by
go in
one.
the garage and it just makes me.
Is Clark Harris next?
I don't know.
Okay.
Might have to go get that for sure. See? Damn it, Liam. Shut the fuck up.
Damn, I like Nova better. Get rid
Miley,
of Liam.
get your dog.
Yeah. We can't have Liam. Where's Nova?
This is ridiculous.
Nova's a good girl. Come on now.
We can't hear the dog. Just kidding.
We're gonna put
Anyway,
that dog
yeah.
outside, Dale.
But yeah, you know what? I mean, so back to
And
before we
Derek
talk-
is taking the longest drink ever.
Man, Derek's going, man. He's going.
Yeah, chug.
I keep freezing up.
Chug.
Yeah,
Come
you're
on, man.
frozen, dude. I
He's
know you're
frozen.
frozen.
But, Chop, to go back, we were talking. The Bengals, they're starting off making moves now. That's what I like to see. Derek, that was the longest chug I've ever seen.
Man, that was a lot of coffee, Derek. You must have been tired. That sip
Yeah.
lasted 35 seconds.
No, I don't know what the hell's going on with my shit right
Your
now. But
lavalier mics done messed up your camera.
yeah,
Mine just goes dark and light. I don't even know what's going on now
Right.
with this.
this is like the old days, Dale, where it
It's a
was
shit
one of
show.
the worst times we've ever had.
Liam's
I
back in
don't
here,
know.
so that's
I
fun.
feel like I'm
Liam,
having
if
a
you
good
bark,
time.
I'm going to backhand you, son.
You need a one of them squirt bottles. My grandma and grandpa used to have a can full of rocks that they would throw at the dog. They put rocks
I
in
was
a
gonna
can.
say, get you one of them salt guns. You ever seen those?
Yeah, Dale, shoot your dog with a salt gun.
Yeah. I'm going to be on with the draft professor, our guy here, Jim, that's in the chat.
Oh, yeah?
Be on from like 7 to 10 doing 32 GM. I don't know. Might even be like 3 rounds. I don't know.
Tonight?
3 rounds. Mock draft. Yeah.
Don't leave us,
crap,
Dale.
man.
You start letting these other people know what you got going on.
Well,
You're going to become too big time for us.
They're going to be dealing with
Yeah, right.
issues too.
Yeah.
Dale Kuiper.
You're not going to be broadcasting from the professional garage.
Nope. I had it so nice. Yeah, it's going to be 3 rounds.
Is it still fucked up, nasty?
Yeah, I haven't been back down there.
Fuck that.
Because when I go down there, I'm going to have to deal with it again like I did the other day. So
Assault rifle.
Yes, the assault rifle. Can we say that on there?
But yeah, Tee Higgins, whatever. I expect him to.
Yeah.
I hope a deal gets worked out and him not get tagged. I feel like we talked about T a lot. So I kind of put like draft talk. And then I looked up some more. Dane Brugler had an article out today. So last week we gave people like 10 players to watch we think could impress at the Combine, which starts next week.
Hey.
So I got 10 more today. So if you want those 10, which included guys like Kenneth Grant, last week, then you can go back and watch the show from last Friday. Right. Today, we're going to have 10 more guys.
Let's do it.
Start with the guy that I'm not necessarily completely in love with, but a lot of people are. And that's Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M, 6'5", 280, big son bitch. But he's only had 4.5 sacks in 37 games played. The sack production it's just not been good.
What about pressure?
I can't remember his pressure rate. I think like on true pass sets was in the 20s. So I mean that's better.
He's getting
right?
pressure, he just ain't finishing.
Yeah, he needs to finish better. But I mean he's an athletic freak, so I expect he's going to impress at the Combine. His RAS score is going to be good because anytime you got a guy at edge at that size with good athleticism, he's expected to run a 4.5 or a 4.6 40-yard dash.
How big is this guy?
6'5", 280. So, I mean, he's a first-round guy. Like, even though I said I don't love him, I have him as a first-round guy, but there's some people that have him as, like, a top 10, top 15.
What happens?
He's closer to mid-20s to almost 30.
Show me Dale Altman's face if we pick 17.
I hope it works. Okay. I'll be like, okay.
All right, well, let's see.
But I'd just rather see us develop Miles Murphy because, Miles Murphy was a guy with almost a 10 RAS score, relative athletic score that
athletic freak
Kent Lee Platt does. Yeah, and a guy that even had more production than what Stewart has. Now, I'm not saying Miles Murphy isn't 6'5", 280.
Right.
But he's plenty big enough and a lot of athleticism there. I just want to see us develop him, keep Trey. And if we bring somebody in, I want it to be somebody I think will get the quarterback consistently. But this guy, he's got the size the Bengals like. So I definitely think that he'll be a guy that they'll be interested in, especially if he's there at 17. He could go before. But that's the first guy on the list. The next guy you guys have heard of, Travis Hunter. Supposed to run a 7.44, around a 40-inch vertical, 6'1", 185. Wide receiver, corner, it doesn't matter. We'll see what he works
all the
out
mocks
as.
have him going as a wide receiver. I've not seen a mock where he's a corner yet.
He's listed with the corners for the Combine.
Is he?
But I expect he'll probably do some of both.
I bet he'll work out with both. Yeah. I'll bet he'll go in the draft like undecided. Like whoever drafts him, maybe they'll just let him decide. And I'll bet you when he gets to the NFL, whatever he plays mainly in, he'll dabble in the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Third guy on the list is Jalen Walker, 6'2", 245. Played linebacker. But they put him on the edge some at Georgia. Had he played edge full time, I mean, I'd probably like him more because I know exactly what he is. But I think had he done that, he'd be closer to Abdul Carter. And Abdul Carter's my player.
Right.
Jalen Walker, I mean, I got him in my top 15. Like, I definitely think he's talented enough to become a full-time edge. He had 60 tackles last year, 10.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. And he was a hybrid linebacker edge, that played a lot of off-ball linebacker.
Let me ask you this. You said that if they would have used him different, he would have been just as good as Abdul Carter, you think?
No, I'm not saying he would have been as good, but I'm saying that he could have a similar trajectory to him had he played full-time edge like Abdul did this year.
Right.
Instead of being off-ball line. Because he still had 6.5 stacks, which is pretty impressive.
It is.
And when he was on the edge and just going after the quarterback, he looked pretty damn good to me. He's also expected to run potentially a 4.4 or a 4.5 and vertical at 36 inches. So he should test well. I think he's a solid first-round guy, and I think it might have been Daniel Jeremiah. His recent top 50 had him at 3rd overall. So this guy might not even be there by the time we pick at 17. And if we're thinking of him as an edge, he's that, he's 6'2", 245. That's not necessarily the Bengals what they love, like Mike Green and James Pierce. Well, we don't know if they'll be interested in those guys, but a guy to mention because a guy that's going to do very well at the combine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Next guy is Savion Williams, 6'5", 225. This is a wide receiver out of TCU. So, Jack Besh from TCU, but this kid is the other wide receiver that was there. 60 catches, 611 yards, which isn't like spectacular receiving.
That's 10 yards a catch, right?
And 6 touchdowns. But he also had 51 carries for 332 yards.
What?
6 more touchdowns. And then he was 3 for 3 passing with 22 yards and another touchdown. So they lined him up in the backfield, 6'5", 225, as a Wildcat quarterback, let him throw the ball a few times, ran the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
So when you tack that on to 600 and some receiving yards with his athleticism and size, I've been saying for ever since I first watched this guy early in the season, I was like, Cordero Patterson. That's who hope he is, returner, speedster. You can put him in the backfield, let him run the ball some, or you can play some wide out.
Where you got him at on your
second, third round?
Second, third.
I could see somebody, because I think he's going to have a great combine. I could see somebody taking him in a second, but if he goes in the third,
they must have had a good wide receiver court in TCU this last season, huh?
Yeah, I don't even know who the hell their quarterback was, to be honest. So
right,
I don't think
Andy
they had
Dalton,
a stud quarterback.
Andy Dalton was their quarterback back in the day. Remember?
Yeah,
horny toads.
Fifth guy, and then I'm gonna see what the hell is going on with this lighting. After fifth guy, then I'll give the next 5 when I come back. Elijah Arroyo, tight end, we've talked about a little bit from Miami. 6'5", 251, had 35 catches, 590 yards, 7 touchdowns. And he's expected to run in the 4 or 5s at his size as a tight end. So
Jesus,
if he runs that, and he was very impressive at Senior Bowl week, he's a guy who I think his stock's on the rise. He's just dealt with a lot of injuries, so medicals are going to be important for him, and that's a part of, just us guys don't really know like the teams will.
Right.
Any of the draft community doesn't really know those things. Sometimes you hear whispers of an injury here or there, but I think I definitely think as long as the medicals check out okay, he could be a top 50 player, potentially top 75 for sure. So I like Elijah Arroyo a lot. It's just you got to worry because it's 1 year of production at Miami. He hadn't done anything for the other 3 or 4 years he was there because he was injured almost every year.
Say if they go tight end, it came down between him and that Harold guy from Bowling Green. Who would you take between those two?
Well, I've got this guy higher on my board, but it's not by a lot. So they're probably within 10 spots on the overall big board.
Well, a friend of our show, Divine, he's very high on him. I didn't know about him till Divine started talking about him, and he's been a big fan of mine.
I guess if it was me, Greg, I would probably lean, just because I don't know the medicals, but I know he's had a medical history, and knowing how the Bengals have bad luck, I'd probably lean Fannin.
Okay.
But, I mean, just based off of this season and the tape, I got Arroyo above him, so...
Crip says, "Get off of here and burn one because the lighting's driving him
crazy." I know. I don't understand. I'm going to turn that big light off and put this up, but I don't know why it's just so weird.
Just turn on the that light off and turn on the cool glow of the Bengal lamp.
So there's 5 players, and I'll be back with 5 others. And if I got to stay off the video because it keeps doing it, that's why.
I actually was enjoying it.
Me too, actually.
But talk amongst yourselves about the 5 players.
Go ahead, Eric.
Or whatever else you want to talk about.
You've been missing. Well, yeah, now you got no mic. So you got rid of your lavalier mic, and now you have no mic. So go ahead, Greg. Cover for Derek.
Cover for Derek. Yeah, that guy. So tight end, I know tight end's not high on our board, Shop. Obviously, that's like 5 or 6 or whatever. But I tell you what, if that guy Roy or that guy Fannin's there, 4 or 5, you have to consider it, man.
Who's the guy from Penn State?
Penn State, that kid. No. I don't want to hear this ever. I mean, I know some of you are hyping that kid from Penn State. Not in the first round. Please, by God, no. This is another Brock Bowers situation. And I know Brock Bowers played well, but please, by God, no. No tight end in the first round. Please.
With this lighting, I always look whiter than Derek, but it'll have to do.
No, but it's hot, though. Hell yeah. Hey,
because the lamp's on, right?
Let me ask you
guys
this
hear me?
though. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. There's a
Um,
mute button on this thing, and if you press it and it turns red, I was thinking that that means it's muted, but apparently it's not. It means it's working.
You learn as you go.
You know what kind of sucks? Just thinking of this, I got this rules for dating my daughter sign here.
Yeah.
And like one of the things is like, whatever you do to her, I'll do to you. When your daughter's a lesbian, you can't even say that.
Yeah,
like,
you
that's
beat.
so fucked up to say.
Yeah, you do. You beat that bitch's ass.
Just, I don't know. I think about that, and I'm like, when I've been on the treadmill, I'm like, I should probably take that down. Should probably replace it with something Bengals back there.
Hey,
Bengals
that might be
here,
keeping them in
Bengals
line,
stuff
though,
there.
Joe. You never know.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, I picked 17, and it comes down, and I feel like there's actually, I feel like Cowboys are going to take Genty, but I was just thinking if he falls down to 17, man, I know a lot of people will be pissed off if we don't pick Genty, and I'm not one of them. But a lot of people would, because they just see that running back and think that's going to translate well, which I don't think so, because like in the playoffs, didn't he get shut the fuck down when he played a good defense?
I mean, he didn't ball out in that game, but when they played Oregon, he balled out pretty well. But shit, Ohio State beat the brakes off of them offensively in both of those games too. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I think Genty's very good. I don't like. So he's the fourth overall player on my board. So if we took him at 17, that's almost like Brock Bowers last year. I had, I think, like fourth overall on my board.
Yeah.
Had we taken Brock Bowers, even though I was kind of against it, remember? I was like, I don't want a tight end, blah, blah, blah. But had we taken Brock Bowers, I think I would have been fine with it very quickly when he's out there balling out. And I think that'd be the same thing with Genty. So I'm trying to go in that mindset because I'm so high on him as a player that I think I'd be okay with it because he's that talented.
Well, let me ask you
my first pick. But
my question is, who's the top tight end is the guy from Penn State, right?
Yeah, Tyler Warren, who I got 6th overall on my board now. So
you got what?
6th overall. He's too.
Okay, so what I'm saying is if you got these two players there at 17 and you're taking one of them, I'm not taking Genty. In our offense, I'm taking that tight end. We don't have Eric All this year. And even when Eric All comes back, if he does come back and he's the Eric All before he got injured, and we had Tyler Warren, you said, right?
Tyler Warren's the tight end.
If you had Tyler Warren and Eric All, come on, man. We don't
know if Eric All will ever play.
You're right. My number one overall pick for us position is defensive tackle, but I'm not mad if we get that tight end because, I mean, everybody remembers what our offense looked like in those a few games that we had Eric All and everything was clicking. Bro, if we could have that, I mean, not like our offense needs a whole lot of help, but man, Eric All was doing great. And if we got a tight end in here,
Tyler Warren is a lot better than Eric All too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
And if you got Genty, you already have Chase Brown, and that's going to limit his role because Genty's the guy you'd want on the field.
Yes.
70% of the snaps.
And Chase Brown does a good job for us. We don't have a tight end that does a good job for us. We have Mike Gesicki, who's basically a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. And it's a loaded running back class. So I think you might even get an undrafted guy that you could bring in here and pair with Chase Brown.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if those two are there, man, the better pick is that tight end, if you ask me personally.
Yeah, I think it was Daniel Jeremiah who mocked him. He was talking about the top 2 tight ends in the draft class, and they said that Tyler Warren was more of a Gronk type, and then Kelsey
Loveland, Colston
Loveland was more of a Kelsey type. If you're telling me this guy, even if he's not Gronk, if he's that style, to where he never comes off the field, you never know if he's blocking or if he's going to go out wide, like. That's the kind of guy that we thought Eric All was going to be. Give me a guy like that every day. I love the thought of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Corey Kiner from UC is a guy that could be in play for them as a late. He might even go undrafted. I've got him like 7th round just because it's such a loaded running back group.
I mean, someone earlier was asking who we wanted at 17. And Derek, I know you don't get on the show as much. So what position are you hoping that they draft in the first round?
So right now, I am, and this is how I look at things. Right now, before free agency, I want a guard with the first round pick. Oh,
I could just sit back and just
hell yeah.
Sorry,
but I want a guard for the first round pick because I'm in the mindset of, and obviously, if there's it's all a matter of when you're at 17, you're taking the best player available, no matter what.
Somewhat.
As long as he fits your scheme, as long as it's like the right pick. You're not obviously going to take a quarterback. You're not obviously going to take a wide receiver because we're stacked. You're not, unless Ibuka was there. Whew. I don't know.
Homer, Buckeye Homer. No, he would be great in the slot here.
And Travis Hunter was there. Obviously, we would go for him, but he's not going to be. But until they do anything, until they do anything in free agency, I am team protect Burrow first. Now, once we sign guards, then my mindset changes a little bit.
You know what also protects Burrow?
Cleveland! It's one Cleveland team I like, Zach. Don't be mad. But yes, NBA. I like the Cavs. I'm a Cavs fan. Sorry. I got off topic.
I know you yelled Cleveland in the middle of our show.
Well, they're 45-10, and the Cavs, so I had to give my Cavs some love.
All right.
But right now, with no Mike Gesicki signed, with Sheldon Rankins being cut, like, I personally feel like our need at tight end is much more of a need right now than defensive tackle, because we got Jenkins, we got what's the other guy? I'm blanking on his name.
McKinley Jackson.
Yeah. Now, are they great? No. Do you want to rely on them? No. But I personally see the tight end as more of a need right now, because I'm of the mindset now to where it's like having elite offense and then have a top 15, top 20 defense, and we're in the playoffs.
I mean, we would have been a lot of years.
I don't disagree, but I'm sticking with my tackle.
Walter Nolan is the guy for me, and it's going to be hard for me. And I mean, he could be gone. He's a top 10 player on my board. I love Walter Nolan, and he would just be beautiful here to pair with Trey Henderson on the defense.
Hold on a minute, though. Mason Graham is our guy, but he'll be gone.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he falls.
Walter Nolan's our guy that will most likely be there.
Have a chance to be there at least. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Unless we keep hyping him up, then other teams are going to watch this show. Next thing you know, Walter Nolan is taken in the top 16.
But Dale, if Nolan's gone, I will not be mad if we had Grant. You sold me on Grant. Like you say, he's not a pass rush specialist, but he can still push the pocket back. So I would not be mad if it's Grant.
And I think he's got upside. I mean, Daniel Jeremiah said the same thing I said a couple months ago about like his absolute ceiling. And I said it's a crazy thing to say. And you guys, I said it on here, not just Twitter, was Dexter Lawrence, because they're similar size and he's an athletic marvel at that size, just like Dexter is. So it's not saying he's that good as a pass rusher, because not many people are. But Dexter Lawrence had like 7.5 sacks as a freshman. Then he never had more than like 3. So Kenneth Grant's had like 4 and then 3. You know what I'm saying? So for most of the time, and Kenneth Grant's still only 21, doesn't turn 22 till almost November. So he's young, he's athletic, he's got the size. He's going to be an instant impact run defender and just shut shit down in the run game, which is important when the Ravens have Lamar and Derrick Henry. It is important in this division to be able to still do that well. Because, I mean, when you don't have a DJ Reader, if you got a Kenneth Grant, and then you hope to develop him as a pass rusher more. And I think there's a lot there because of the athleticism. And that's why I would be good with Kenneth Grant too, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Austin would take Nolan over Graham.
Some people say that, but I think people also get prospect fatigue. Also, for the record, Austin is an Ole Miss fan, so he would take all the Ole Miss players over anyone else.
Can we talk about this real quick?
Yes.
No, I got 5 more players to go through.
Yeah. We're waiting on Dale to get his 5 players.
What are the Jaguars doing right now? They've interviewed like 6,000 people to be a freaking GM. I've never in my life seen a team interview so many people for a GM job. Like, they have no freaking clue what they're going to do at GM right now. And that is, I mean, you're how close to free agency?
Well, it doesn't matter. You don't
10
need
days away.
You don't need a GM. You can just get a player.
Yeah.
What they call Duke Tobin? Player.
They gonna fuck it up no matter what, so it doesn't even matter. It's a shit show. Like Shad Khan, the ownership and stuff. It's a shit show. He kept the GM, and then the coach didn't want to come there, so he fires the GM and brings the Liam Cohen in, who had one of the greatest Duvals of all time.
Yeah. Ooh, that was rough.
Yeah, like Duval. I mean, I'm just saying, like Jacksonville is the Bengals of Florida. It's like a
Of the
small market.
the 90s Bengals.
It's what?
The 90s Bengals.
90s. Yeah.
Right.
Come on now. We've gotten better. Now
We hope
there's a
so.
long
This
way to
offseason,
go.
let's get through this offseason and
That's
see
true.
what they do.
We'll see.
Because
Then it might apply.
It might be the same right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I heard you guys talking about the Trevor Lawrence situation the other day. It's like it's a freaking mess down there right now.
It's terrible.
All right, I'll wrap off these next 5 as well.
Go ahead.
Jihad Campbell is the linebacker from Alabama. If we take a linebacker at 17, it's going to be this guy, in my opinion.
Is
it's
he
like
your
a true
number one linebacker?
Yeah, because I moved Jalen Walker to edge where I think he should be, who I already talked about on this list.
This guy, linebacker, what's he do?
Everything.
Does he? Okay.
Yes. And he is 6'3", 245. So that's great size, right?
Yeah.
He's only 20 years old.
Hey, Jesus Christ. He's a
117 tackles in the SEC this season, 11.5 tackles for loss, 5 sacks as a linebacker. He was an edge in high school, so he can rush the passer. He had a very good coverage grade per PFF. And he's expected to run in the 4.4s at 6'3", 245 as a linebacker. So, yeah. If he does what he's expected to do at the combine, I think I'm going to be okay with us taking a linebacker at 17 because somebody mocked him like a month ago, and I was like, I don't love that.
Well, I got to tell you,
I think I could get on board with it, especially knowing that Pratt is likely gone one way or another.
When you think of the Ravens defense in the late 90s, early 2000s, who do you think of? Who's the person you think of on the Ravens defense?
Ray Lewis and Ed Reed.
So can a linebacker make a difference on your defense? Yes, it can. So my whole thing is for improving this defense. And if that comes through that linebacker position, especially a guy you said he had 7 sacks as a linebacker?
5 sacks.
5 sacks as a linebacker. I would take that guy at 17. I won't be mad. He's not exactly the pick I want, but I wouldn't be upset at all.
Same deal as Starks. The safety out of Georgia, safety really a top need. No, but if this guy can make a difference for you, sign me up for that also. Yeah. I know that what you just told me about Campbell, I would not pitch that at all. If we took it.
No, and 20 years old, and he had that production in SEC. That's pretty great. And if he does run that at that side, and these guys will weigh in and measure in too. So is he a true? He looks it on tape, 6'3", 2. Because some guys will be listed at, and you're like, no, they're not. But this guy looks 6'3", 245 on tape. Yeah, so if he's that and he runs that, I'm gonna be like, okay.
Hell yeah!
Rush background, and
you said he's going to set the run. What? What's he supposed to run at the combine?
They said he could potentially run in the 4.4s.
Was he a team captain?
Crazy.
I know he's only 20, but was he a team captain?
I don't know. He's a 1-year starter. I'm not sure.
All right.
But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that'd be my top choice once again. But if they went that route, I would be like, okay, I understand.
Right.
He may be one of the best players available. He's not that high on my board, but honestly, I watched him. I like him, and if he tests this well, he'd probably get a slight bump. I'm not going to bump people like crazy for testing, but you could get a slight bump if you test like an athletic freak.
And it's also, it sounds like Al Golden's wanting to run a 4-3 defense, and if we're running a 4-3, and right now we've got Logan Wilson, and that's it. Well, we got some other guys.
We got guys, but nobody Davis Gaither is a free agent, and Pratt's out of here. So you got Shaka Hayward and Sean Meta as your other two.
Yeah, I can see that skyrocketing as a very high on the list as a need for the Bengals.
Derek, right when you criticize the Jaguars, they just hired a general manager.
There you go.
Shit. Let's criticize the Bengals about not signing T.
Who was it, Greg?
I give a shit. His name is Gladstone.
Gladstone. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. Good job, Gladstone.
Yeah.
I'd love to have that 3rd round pick.
All right, Derek. I got
news,
4 guys left to go over. One of them is a Michigan player, so just prepare yourself.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to give you a Buckeye player first, then the Michigan player. So the Buckeye player that could impress, and it surprised me because I don't see him as an athlete really. But Tyleik Williams, 6'3", 327, hell of a run defender. I know that.
Yeah.
His freshman year, he had like 5.5 sacks. He's never come close to that sack production at Ohio State. But this season he had 46 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, which is really good.
Mhm.
And this is what this said in the Brugler article. And it would surprise me if he has these times, but might run a 4.8 or 4.9 at 327. And I mean, that would be very impressive. And his 10-yard split might be under 1.65, which would be elite.
Golly.
So I don't know if it'll happen, but this was in Dane Brugler's article in The Athletic today, and I was like, oh, yeah, we got to talk Tyleik Williams. And he's a stud as a run defender. He's not the greatest pass rusher, but there's a lot to like with Tyleik Williams. You know, he's a high floor. He might not have a high ceiling, but he's a high floor guy.
I mean, he's shown his pass rush capabilities in the playoffs, especially, like showing what he can do there, but it's not like you said, Dale. It's not
more of a
all
defender,
the time,
for sure. He's more of a run defender. I wouldn't say he's only a run defender, but he's very good run defender. Yeah.
I got to tell you though, man, run defense in the North.
Not necessarily a guy I want at that pick. Just saying.
No, me either. But like you can think we got
Especially
Nick Chubb
not
and Derrick
17.
Henry in this division, so a run stopper is needed.
Yeah.
And I've seen mocks too where the Ravens took Genty. Can you imagine?
He's supposed to go, but Tyleik's supposed to go anywhere from 25 to 40 is what I've seen a lot. So probably not a guy for 17, but what if he falls to 49? Then I'd be like, oh, shit, this might be your best player available, even though he's more of a run defender.
I'm telling you,
or if we
49,
trade out of the first round or something like that. Yeah.
Unless he goes before this, pick 49 Xavier Watts. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, you just never know.
Unless he goes before that.
And Nicky Monwari is the guy we talked about, right, from South Carolina.
That you talked about him too. Yeah,
Starks. That could be a guy that bumps Watts down to a 49 because not a lot of safeties go super high.
Hold on. Here's a question though: will Greg have more meat in his mouth than me tonight?
Well, Rally,
what are you guys doing?
We're going to Chandler's.
Yeah,
we're going to be at Chandler's.
Well, I'm definitely voting Greg because Chop don't have a stomach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be Greg.
Greg by default.
Plus, later in the parking lot, Greg might have some more meat.
I
have pork chop in his mouth.
I got some ass too for tonight, also.
That's right, he does.
So you're going to hang out with Jeff's son, then, right?
No, we're going to hang out with Jeff's son's dad.
You guys talk about that Chandler's all the time. I've never been there. Is it?
It's really good burgers.
Really good.
Yeah, you guys do talk about it a lot, so it must be good. But no free advertisements. Midwest Best Barbecue. That's the only place you should be eating.
Barbecue.
Cum dumpster.
Gross Chandler's.
Our buddy Robert asked, would you guys be okay with trading back to get more picks? Yeah, it's something I've talked about, and we did in a mock draft scenario on here, even though the picks didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, which we might do a mock draft if we get some time, if I get through these last three players. But yeah, I would, because we only have 6 picks right now. And, if we can pick up even another, if we can move down to the mid-20s and pick up even just one day 2 pick, one extra day 2 pick. Yeah, third round, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You move down 7 spots, 6 spots, and you pick up an extra third rounder. Okay, that's an extra player, an extra swing. And you never know. It could turn out to be a stud.
Yeah, I'd be all for it. I personally like the idea because Daniel Jeremiah just talked about it on the did you guys get a chance to listen to his conference call at all?
I was listening to some of it. Yeah, I was listening to some of it on the way to work. I listened to some of it yesterday.
But Daniel Jeremiah's conference call?
Yeah, with all the beat reporters and different media people. Our buddy Anthony Cosenza. Well, everybody, but it's like nationally. Anthony Cosenza, our guy, was one of the people that I heard ask him a question. So.
Was he?
But
all right.
He was calling this draft the starters draft, meaning there's on the defensive side, there's so many players that are starter worthy and if that's the case, I'm all for like trade back, pick up a couple extra picks, and if you can fill the needs that we have by acquiring more picks, maybe not having the top talent, but right now we just need to fill. I mean, we're all for filling holes, right?
Hell yeah! I love filling holes. I got to fill.
I would love to fill one tonight.
Hell yeah!
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It had been a long time. It had been a while. And I was like,
been a while.
I think she was just like, will you shut the fuck up? It wasn't 20 minutes. It wasn't 20 minutes later. I was like, you want to go again? So
She was like, no, we're back to no.
yeah. But anyways,
Mine's got
next
the
guy on the list is a Michigan Wolverine, Derek.
All
Close
right.
your ears.
Wolverines.
Cornerback Will Johnson had a lot of injuries this year, but 6'2", 202. And one reason, his 3-cone from last summer apparently was 6.57. That would have been the highest for any quarterback, any corner in the last 2 combines. That would have been the highest 3-cone drill. And that usually translates very well for cornerbacks. So I don't know if he'll be – I assume he's going to be healthy enough because I don't know that he had any major injury. He just kept having little injuries, and it was like he might play against Ohio State, and then he didn't, you know. I think him and Loveland both made business decisions. They still beat Ohio State. Sorry, Derek. I know that's my team too, but it did happen.
Derek takes it more personal.
We won a national title though, Derek. So it's okay.
Yes, we did. I have
You
the
like
shirt
football?
to prove it.
I
got a
like
sweatshirt.
football in general more than Derek. Derek loves the team.
I like the
I'm a
draft
team
more than
guy.
anything, so I can separate my
Right.
love for Ohio State and just.
If
talk
you
about
you can't let your bias come in there with Ohio State when you're
I'm
doing
not
your
biased
draft.
at all. Jack Sawyer is 17.
it.
Hey, Dale, not to interrupt.
Ryan Day for head coach, right?
Came in, bud.
Yeah,
You got
absolutely.
those ones too. Jesus Christ.
Greg's I hate you.
Greg's buying all the shoes. I only
know.
bought the one pair. I wore them to work today. That black.
No,
pair.
I'm starting.
I
to
haven't
see
bought all the
collection.
pair. There was another pair too. Like there's.
No, yeah, I
only
bought
3
both.
pairs.
Glenn
You
Goodberry.
bought
Stop
all
it.
of them.
Just kidding, Glenn. But I appreciate you.
Bought 3?
Glenn.
Didn't you buy 3 different shoes?
Well, yeah, I bought a pair of Nike Dunks. I can talk the dude down on bidding. Don't mess with the savage on bidding. I will talk him down.
Shut up, Will. You are too. You love your Notre Dame guys. It's very
Yeah.
easy.
Hey, he has a very good reason for it this year.
Yeah, I mean, because they could be Bengals very easily with our
Yeah.
defense coordinator. Next guy, Greg, I kind of mentioned him last week, but a little more information on him in Dane's article is Charles Grant, who we hope to see at the Senior Bowl. He's a tackle at William & Mary, but we expect him to move into guard. So apparently 6'4", 301. Now, I take a lot of this with a grain of salt, and I want to see what he actually does at the combine. But if he does, and these measurements are correct, so being 6'4", 301 with 35-inch arms, shit, he might be able to stick at tackle with 35-inch arms.
Jeez.
But because I've got him as a guard prospect, but I wanted to see him more at the Senior Bowl. I have limited tape on him. But they said he ran on-field speed of 21 miles per hour.
Oh shit!
That's fucking
Guy's
crazy.
300 pounds.
Yeah, like what?
Was it down?
That's why I said I'm taking this with a grain of salt because the FCS, you're going to hype your guys, right? You need to get them on the draft radar.
21 miles an hour.
35-inch arms. I mean, good Lord, man.
So he
I
should
wasn't
run
running
well.
29 or 21 miles an hour at 16. And I was like 150
You ain't never
pounds soaking
ran.
wet.
Yeah, none of us have never.
Yeah,
We've
that's
never
insane.
ran.
Well, Derek probably got clocked at 21 mile an hour after he got caught by the neighbor cow tipping, and they were shooting that rock salt gun at his ass.
Yeah.
True. And he's expected to have a 32-inch vert, which is very impressive. And then the 10-yard split, it says 1.44. That would be like better than that might be a record even.
This
Like
guy,
it's just we'll see, right? I
from the
think
planet
I don't even know if he
Python.
really exists. I know he does. I've watched.
he's got a unicorn horn probably.
It's just kind of crazy to me that if he does this, then he's going to be right back up because where he didn't go to the Senior Bowl is very disappointing because I thought he is the guy who could have really helped himself like Gray Zabel did from North Dakota State. And then the last guy on this list is Princely Umanmielen, 6'4", 255. An older guy because he was at Florida for 4 years before transferring to Ole Miss this season. 10.5 sacks this year, 13.5 tackles for loss, and expected to run a 4.5 40-yard dash. So he's a guy who just watching the tape at one point, I had him as like my third overall edge. And I've kind of dropped him down because you hear about, work ethic. And then you watch some more tape and it's like some games he's very good, some games he's not, but highly productive. I do like his bend. And those are official measurements from the Senior Bowl. So 6'4", 255, that's good enough size for the Bengals to like.
Yeah.
Because that was a little worry that he might have been thinner because he does look like he has a thin frame, but
Is he from Old Miss?
Measurements checked in. Yeah, he played Ole Miss this year, 4 years at
figured
Florida.
Austin says it's another favorite of his.
Of course, Austin loves
Yeah,
Simpson.
I figured.
What
When
round
Austin put this comment in there, I just figured he's Old Miss guy.
Second round, right?
Yeah, I think second round. If he was there at 49, I'd be very happy. Like, give me, and Austin would be thrilled if this happened, but give me Walter Nolan and Princely Umanmielen in the first 2 rounds. Maybe we could even get J.J. Pagot, the other D tackle that goes in the backfield. He was a tight end for Auburn at one point before he became a D tackle. Still lined up in the backfield. He had some carries for Ole Miss. He could be your short yardage back and one of your D tackles. So,
yeah.
I'm with Austin on there. There's a lot of good talent on the D line for Ole Miss. So.
Who they, Paul?
Pow, wow. I see Brock in there.
Hey, who's that little feller that was the center that was at the Senior Bowl? What was that guy's name?
The great. Willie Lampkin. He didn't even get invited to the combine.
Shut up.
Some players. Daniel Jeremiah was pissed about it too. Because he said, I would have liked to seen him go out there and line up at fullback, line up at tight end.
Yes.
Went and done some different things while he was at the combine. So Daniel Jeremiah didn't like that either. I don't care. I still like him. I'd find a role for that kid.
I like him too, man. If we got that guy in like the 5th round, I'd be down for it.
Mm-hmm. And maybe 6th, maybe undrafted. Maybe he goes undrafted.
Yeah,
I want to bring him in.
He's getting drafted. He's getting drafted 6th or 7th round. There's no fucking way that guy goes undrafted after what he did at Senior Bowl. I know he's little, man, but that little dude, pound for pound, come on.
Well, it's not just what he did at the Senior Bowl. He was barely recruited. He went to Coastal Carolina for a few years, balled out there. Then he goes, like they said, don't look at his size. That's how he got to go to North Carolina. Just watch his tape from Coastal Carolina where he balled out. Goes to North Carolina, balls out there for 2 or 3 years. Like, he's been phenomenal. One of the best blockers, run blocking and pass blocking per PFF for 2 seasons straight.
Yeah.
He just gets the job done. He might be 5'10", 270 as an offensive lineman. That's his measurements. It's crazy. Outlier of all outliers, but the motherfucker can play.
Exactly.
He can play.
I would love to have him in a late round. I would not, even if the guy goes into and becomes all pro, I wouldn't go back to this moment and say I'd pick him like in one of the top 3 rounds, but he's exciting. He'll probably be a player that gets up to an NFL team and never sees the field, to be all honesty, but it would be exciting.
Mm-hmm. You guys will have to manage the comments. I hope my computer don't go down, but I'm right by the damn router. That's one thing about being in the house. I'm right by the damn router. So if I ain't going to be able to do a mock draft right by this damn router, I ain't never going to be able to do a mock draft.
Yeah. Dale, a quick question for the mock draft. So the guy Campbell you were talking about, linebacker and safety, not the biggest positions. Say if our board was down to Campbell and Starks, who would you pick? Okay.
I don't know, Greg. I mean, Starks is much higher on my board right now, but okay. I need to watch more. I don't know. It's a tough question because if we keep Geno Stone,
which I think
he's going to start if he's making $8 million.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
And I think if we get rid of Pratt, then we need Campbell. So part of it, you never want to draft for need, but at the same point in time, you don't want to get a guy that's going to sit on the fucking bench that you draft with 17. We need an impact player.
Exactly.
But I mean, for someone like Starks, I would vet the Starks position just for him. I would find a way.
That's my number one thing at pick 17, man. Get someone that's going to play on the field as a starter. Don't get anybody that needs developed.
Right.
I mean, of course, they all need developed because they're college, but get someone who's a starter this year.
That makes an impact. A lot of stupid ads. So we'll do what we can here. I'm going to start it. It already looks weird.
Help that migraine. Oh, take Travis Hunter. Oh, he's gone.
Well, what's it doing?
Well, it's like really blown up or something.
It's
it
never
looks like
it's
work. Wanting you to make a trade here.
But I shouldn't have to I don't know what.
I don't know what the fuck is going on there.
All right, it's never going to work for me, Chop. Do you want to pull it up?
Let me see if I can open me up a window.
NFLmockdraftdatabase.com. I'm right by the router, so that really chaps my ass, fellas. The ass is chapped about that.
Let's see. Hold on, I'm typing. I'm not a real fast typer.
Yeah, I'm certainly not drunk yet. I'm not even 2 beers in, but the simulator, it was drunk, Santori. You're right. Yeah, and Robert, I agree. I think that all of the first 3 rounds should be impact guys. Like, you need to hit in your first. That's what the Eagles have done. When we were on Jeff's show and I looked at all their draft classes, the last 2 or 3 they really nailed. Assless chaps, maybe. I don't have any. Derek probably does though.
Not anymore. I'm married now.
Used to.
Back in your assless chaps.
Back in your experimental days.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Huh. Hold on, I'm trying to get back to you guys now.
I said my assless chaps, but I didn't say assless chaps, but everyone thinks I said assless chaps. So I guess maybe I assless chaps.
Yeah, assless chaps.
What about assless chops?
Hold on, let me see if I can. Now I gotta find it. Oh,
it's my bad, Chop. You know, I thought, oh, I'm in here. It should work for me. I'll help you out. And then it said, nah, not today. Not today, Junior.
While we're waiting on Dale to figure out why the draft shit's not working.
Well, Chop's trying to pull it up, but
is he? Okay.
I got it here. I just got to present it. Hold on.
I'm trying to figure out what do you guys think we're going to do with Hilton? I mean, you think we're just going to move on from him, or
I don't know. I mean, the projected contract is pretty high. That's why I posted that, and people were like, "He ain't getting that." People were pissed, and I'm like, "Bro, it's a projection," and it was a projection from PFF, and then a projection from Spotrac that was even higher than the one from PFF, and I'm like, guys, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just sharing this projection. And if he's going to get a 3-year deal, 7 or 8 million per year, I think I'd move on. I love Mike Hilton. I love him as a leader. I love what he does on the field. But, I mean, I just don't know. It's tough to pay him that when you got so many young corners. You can't, I still think Dax's best position is that slot corner. But are you going to go ahead and give Dax his 5th-year option? I probably would. I probably would give Dax his 5th-year option if I know I'm not bringing back Mike Hilton. I give Dax the 5th-year option, and I'd say you're my slot guy, and I got you, and we're going to figure this out.
And I think it was it might have been Jake and James and those guys that were talking about with this 4-3 offense. I mean, you might not have a nickel corner on the field. You might have 2 safeties and have that guy in there covering the tight end, or and only going 2 corners, 3 linebackers. It's a wide range of things that you got to think about right now. I don't know. I mean, do we have a nickel guy in this offense? That's another question to ask. I mean, obviously you're going to have one because you're not going to be playing the 4-3 the whole time, but how did they divvy all that up?
And Brock, whose birthday was the other day, by the way, happy birthday again, brother. And he said, "Why not take Mike Green?" I would be happy with Mike Green at 17. I don't know about the Bengals because of the size profile, and then also his dismissal from Virginia. Whatever ends up being from that, teams will do their due diligence and decide.
Mike Green is gone. Yeah. And so is the Pierce.
Can everyone see that? Okay. I can't, but I can enlarge my screen. So
can't everybody see that? Because
I can see it when I enlarge my screen.
I don't want to flip back to the screen with the show again because.
Yeah, no, I got you. And Greg or Derek, if you guys can pop up comments, as we're doing this. I just maximize my screen.
My guy Tyler Warren is there. Not the guy I want.
Well, I see Walter Nolan. So if we're just looking at the big board, there's Tyler Warren, there's Jalen Walker. 2 guys we already talked about. Starks, we talked about. Shamar Stewart, we talked about. Tyler Booker, I like it guard. Yep. Loveland, Egbuka, Walter Nolan. So, God, why wouldn't I want to trade down right now?
Yeah, I would trade down.
Trade down with who, though? I mean,
I'm rolling the dice. I'm going back to the trade I did that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it the Bills?
Yep.
Do you not have a trade option, Chop?
Buffalo.
I'm looking. Oh, here, trade. So what are we trading? We're trading pick 17, right?
And go to Buffalo. We're going to roll the dice. A lot of these guys could be gone.
So we're going to take their 30,
I would
right?
personally take Walter Nolan here, though.
Yeah, me too.
So would I. But we got it. But we're going to roll the dice. But we're going to take their 30 for sure, right?
Ooh, maybe it wasn't them. Was it? It was.
Yeah,
them.
it was
We're
Buffalo.
yeah, but we're going all the way down to 30, and that's what screwed us. And that's what.
Well, who picks a few picks after us?
I don't know. You'd have to go back to trade.
You could go with
Well,
Denver.
hold on here.
You could go with
It's
the Chargers.
Seattle, Tampa Bay, Denver, and Pittsburgh. So
let's
see
look
what
at
the Chargers
let's try
would
Denver, right?
Let's try
might wanna
Denver.
jump up.
Denver and LA both we can check because they're a little more reasonable to trade down. I don't want to go all the way to 30. I don't think.
Nah.
Because that screwed us last time, right?
All right, so Denver, we're taking their pick 20.
And then they have to give us 3. They have to give us 3, and let's see what it says if that accepts. Add their 3, pick 385.
Hey, look at this, man. We get a first and a third. It's an even trade.
Don't know if they do it, but maybe they're in love with
Well,
someone.
they're doing
Maybe
it
they're
on
in
our
love with
mock
Tyler
draft
Warren.
simulator.
They could be in love with Tyler Warren. They could be like, hey, Tyler Warren with Bo Nix, let's go. And they could be pumped about that. So
see if you can get
look at I got us a 7th round.
2026.
Oh my God, look. Oh, nope, they don't go for that.
Get rid of the 5th and or the 6th and 7th and see what.
Now it won't let me. It's locked up.
yeah, you screwed it up, buddy. You can't do that.
All right, here. Trade Denver.
It's already selected again.
I'm taking the 5th round off.
Go to another team. Go to another team.
Well, who was it? LA?
Yeah, let's just go there and
LA Chargers.
maybe we can go back to Denver after we do this.
All right, we're taking their 22nd. And we got one with the 3rd round. Oh, look.
And let's go for that 5th round 177. Let's see if that goes through because I'd rather have a 5th.
Comp pick?
No. That's 26. Go up. 175, 177. It's 177
hey,
overall.
We did it.
So let's go ahead and do that. We'll move down with the Chargers. And we picked up an extra 3rd, and we picked up
I'm rejecting
an extra
this.
5th.
I'm not doing this trade.
What's up, Ryan?
I'm not doing this one either. All right.
No, we did not. We're just now drafting.
Tyler
Ryan.
Warren.
Walter Nolan is still
available.
there.
Send it.
We're taking Walter Nolan, right?
Walter Nolan.
Yeah, because I would have taken Walter Nolan over Tyler Warren already. So you're outvoted, Derek. I hear what you're saying. Derek's saying that he would go ahead and he would take.
He wants that guard.
But we got Walter
Nolan. The guard? Yeah, I get you. Now, we ain't doing no trades with fucking Pittsburgh. We ain't helping them.
Okay. So
yeah, we don't need to trade anymore.
What tight ends are available now? Oh, Sawyer.
Derek Harmon being available and
Tyler
Williams.
I just want.
We already took our D tackle, but
I know, but let's double up here, man.
All right, you guys talk about some of these. I gotta
water the dog.
Run to the fridge.
What tight ends are available?
Run to the fridge. Tight ends.
Why are we looking at tight ends?
You got a Roro that Dale was just talking. Oh,
yeah, but we could probably wait.
I'm telling you,
not in the second round. Let's go to not in the second round.
Yeah.
No, but if Mason Taylor's there in the 3rd round, dude.
Oh, we know. I like Mason Taylor too, but
I'm okay. So maybe this is the homer in me coming out, but I just freaking love the tenacity of our guy Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, but
and I mean, I know it's probably not the guy that's highest up on Dale's board, but I think. Like a lot of guys say that he's a 1-for-1 replacement for Hubbard, but I feel like he is a guy that could potentially be much more than that.
I would take Princely over Jack.
In the 2nd round, I'd like to take a look right here. Offensive tackle. I mean, not offensive tackle. I meant up here.
Yeah, Savanaia would be a good pick there, in my opinion. Go back to tackle because some of those guys I think are going to end up being guards.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Ursary, Milam, and Emory Jones, I could see all actually playing guard. Ursary would be tempting, but I don't know. I'm going to pass. Did you guys already look at tight end and safety?
Yeah, the guy that you just talked about earlier in the show, Arroyo.
Are we doing that again?
Arroyo.
Arroyo.
Or that.
Yeah, like Bronson. I wonder if he plays guitar.
What about safety?
Yeah, let's look at safety.
I like
wow.
Winston. He was just
Xavier
injured this
Watson's
year.
gone.
How about
you can
corner?
probably get him later.
I like Thomas a lot. I've got Thomas would be well worth the pick in my opinion because he's in my top 30.
Yeah.
But I want to go back. I want to really like nail this D line just right off the rip.
No, dude, I agree with you.
So I think edge.
Oh, there's Tyreek Williams you were just talking about.
I know, and Derek Harmon. I mean, I know we got Nolan, but shit, take 2 swings at it and hope one of them become the pass rusher.
Which one do you think, Derek
Well,
Harmon?
Well, I'm gonna go edge. I want to go
Mhm.
edge because I want McKinley Jackson and Chris Jenkins to develop.
So let's take Jack Sawyer.
Let's
right?
hey, let's
I like
take
Princely.
Make Austin happy.
Dale likes Princely.
I like
Let's take
Princely
Princely.
more.
Well,
but
hold
I
on.
will
Let's
complain
let Austin.
chat.
Let's
Well,
let
how about the
Austin
chat?
weigh in.
The rest of the chat, and you can pop up. Jack Sawyer or Princely Umamielen is the two
I would like.
choices. I agree Harmon would be a steal, and honestly, if we would have taken Tyler Warren and then taken Derek Harmon, in hindsight, we would have just taken Warren, knowing we could get Harmon at 49. Holy shit. Wouldn't have thought that would happen.
Princely, Stark says Princely. Austin said Arroyo. Will Lewis says Princely. Matt says Princely.
The
Tyler
chat
says
hates
Sawyer.
me.
Yep.
Tyler says Sawyer. He's agreeing with you, Derek.
Well, of course Tyler is. He's just as big a Ohio State homer as I am.
Robert says Sawyer. It looks like it's still Princely.
Yep. Go
All right.
Princely.
Princely.
You can hate me.
Best guys. Austin has to be happy about this.
You can destroy my
Austin said
hopes
Arroyo,
and dreams.
though.
I mean,
said Rutledge.
I think you got to get Rutledge might be here
Arroyo is still there.
Yeah.
next. Yeah.
Austin now said
Mm.
Princely.
You can just hit X, job.
Oh yeah, I was just looking to see what they wanted,
Man.
but it was all like next year pick.
Roy, I would consider right here.
Listen, I want to make okay. All right, I see he's still there, and Mason Taylor. So
I was gonna say Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor.
Excite-
I like Mason Taylor too.
Do you guys see Mason Taylor? Could we take the gamble on him lasting to our next pick? It's pick 81.
Man.
Mason Taylor's not going to be
at 86 because we got 86.
I think so.
So let's look
he'll be
at
there.
guard.
He'll
Let's
be there.
look at guard. Marcus Embo there is the guy who I would like a lot. He's played tackle for them. But there's Ratledge that some people like. And I think he would definitely be there. We could roll the dice either way.
Yeah, here,
be honest.
as M says right here, Rutledge to Mims would solidify a right interior line for the next 5 years. I like Rutledge, man. I think he keep a load up.
But I think we can roll the dice, and I think let's look at running back too.
Was it Miles Frazier that had the good Senior Bowl, or was he the one that got all the penalties?
Miles Frazier.
All right, there was one LSU guy that got a fuck ton of penalties. I couldn't remember who that was.
Garrett Dellinger didn't have a good.
Ryan Sparks says
the other
Canberra.
guard.
What? What position were you saying?
Let's look at running back, safety, corner.
There's running back. Ooh,
Yeah, Scattaboo.
Scattaboo.
Safety.
I'm tempted, but
I think we can wait and get a running back.
I do too.
Winston would be a good pick here at safety. I know and so would Makuba.
Yeah.
Corner. What's that corner? Darian Porter. Yeah, dude's like a solid 6'2".
Derek loves that Denzel Burke guy.
Not in that Oregon game.
Yeah. No.
But he's decent. He'd be a good pick
Right.
in the third, I think.
Mhm.
So do you guys want to take the
Bryant's
tight
down
end?
there. Huh?
I go.
I want to wait and see if Mason Taylor falls.
Yeah, I think Taylor's.
But
gonna be-
I think we can wait on interior O line and get Ratledge though.
All right. So let's just say this: which position do you think is more important to take right now?
Guard.
What safety
Because
was available?
let's just say, so you go here, and we're hoping Mason Taylor falls 5 spots. In reality, Arroyo might fall also. But if you go to the O line, you said Tate Ratledge is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so is Embo. I got Embo ahead of him, but just like it does on here, but it's not by a lot.
And there's your William and Mary guy too, Charles Grant. That's
Right.
Yeah.
apparently is a goddamn fucking 300-pound gazelle.
Exactly.
He's a fucking cheetah. He can fucking change direction on a snap of a dime.
I personally would take Arroyo here.
Yeah.
In the
All right.
third.
So let's
And
take
just-
him.
And line him up and no, I got a stud pass catcher.
Well, we got an
Joe,
A+.
and Joe has
pick.
a guy that, but the only thing with that, if he gets injured, then you're like, fuck.
Let's double dip.
He hasn't had the ACL and a back surgery like Eric Hall.
Well, we can have Mason Taylor back him up because he fell to 86. Look, all you guys are there.
Yeah.
Rutledge.
And who would the chat rather have, Embo or Ratledge here? Because we're going to put a guard on the board.
Okay,
Right.
Brian says, Brock says, all right, M says Rutledge. Brock says, what about linebacker? Brock said Rutledge is good. Robert said Rutledge.
Give me the mullet.
But he hates Ohio State. Did you see that, Derek?
Yeah, I saw it.
There's Savion Williams you were talking
Austin
about.
says Rutledge. Tyler says Rutledge.
Yeah, let's just take Ratledge.
Yeah.
Pair him back up with Mims. You got a good side of your line.
That's true. They played together.
Yeah,
takes Kappa's place at right guard, and you can grow those guys together and feel good about it.
Hey, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was saying the name wrong. It's Ratledge. My bad.
Look, they want to jump ahead of us and pick whatever they think we're going to pick. They want because they're the pick right after us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not. They're 4 picks after us. Well, guess what?
Close
Pittsburgh
enough.
rejected. You cocksuckers. Fuck y'all. All right.
Now you're looking at a running back. You're looking at a corner, a safety.
Scattaboo gone. What's the cornerback?
I like
because
Devin
a
Hill.
lot of
Damian
people have been
Martinez is there.
A lot of people talk about Kobe Bryant with Cincinnati with the Bengals.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah,
his
he's undersized, but he is a dog. Like he's feisty.
What are Denzel's measurements, Dale?
Don't know off the top of my head, but I imagine he's at least 6 foot
6 foot. Yeah.
and maybe 190.
Will Lewis says Burks.
So you got Burke if you want to take a corner, I think here, or if you want to go running back. I like Devin Neal from Kansas. I told Derek I think that'd be his guy. He doesn't seem like he's as big. Derek obviously hasn't watched him yet, though.
Ryan says Caldwell, CJ West there.
I think we could wait even another round.
I want to wait on running back
running
because
back.
I
Let's
think that
get
they
on
could
running back.
just bring back Khalil Herbert and Tyson
I
Anderson.
have a feeling Herbert's coming back. I don't see
Will.
I don't see
him
him
having a market out there. Yeah.
We could double up at D tackle. Let's take a look at it.
Mhm.
A lot of people love Caldwell. I like him. I mean, I think we're in the 4th round, so that's where I have him. And there he is. Farmer's good too, but I don't think Farmer is the run defender. And Walter Nolan, I'm hoping, is my passer. He had 6.5 sacks this season.
Right,
Walter
both
Nolan.
Caldwell and West are there.
So I think I'd take Caldwell here and say, fuck it. Take more swings at D tackle.
Moss
So-
is coming back. I don't think it's up to him.
Who?
Moss.
Zach Moss at running back.
Oh, I can't see the comments. So my picking.
I was
Jamboree.
thinking Randy Moss's freaking son. I
Yeah.
forgot all about Zach Moss.
Jamboree Caldwell's that our pick?
Jamari Caldwell from Oregon. Yeah. He had like 6 or 7 sacks at Houston the year before he transferred to Oregon. He didn't have any sacks this year, but he was still disruptive as hell on tape. It can say a C on there all at once, but it's a damn good player. I actually think he could be better than McKinley Jackson, who we took in the 3rd, and we would just get him here in the 4th. But he reminds me of that. Like he's got that. He's a little smaller, but he's stocky, and he can shoot the gap a little bit like McKinley can.
All right, where we at running back wise?
Well, our number 1 pick on all. So what
Ollie
this
Gordon.
mock simulator has picked as the best player on the board is Ollie Gordon, the 2nd from Oklahoma State. But I can go 2 running backs, and we can see after that it goes down to R.J. Harvey.
Hey, take care of yourself, Tina. Have a good weekend. You as
Bye,
well.
Tina.
Bye, Tina.
I actually like R.J. Harvey a little more, but
Mhm.
pairing him with Chase Brown, not so much.
Yeah.
And Ollie Gordon's like 230. And he didn't have a great year this year, but the year before he was a Doak Walker Award winner with like 1,700 rushing yards. So he had an elite season. And He was at Oklahoma State, and they were ass this year. So how much of his bad season was because the whole team wasn't that good?
Right.
So,
And
I
like
mean, I think
saying he had a really good Senior Bowl.
Yep.
I think if you're getting him here in the 5th, you do it. You get him, you
Will's all
take
over
him. He's the
Kaiser.
highest player on this board.
Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, I just take him, and then we can look at linebacker and safety still.
Yeah.
Linebacker, safety, and corner would be positions I'd want to look at still.
All right. So, here's corner. Noel Williams is your number one corner, and your number one linebacker is Jay Higgins.
Yeah, Noel Williams
And-
had like 7 interceptions, led all of college football this year. He's
Cody
like a
Simon.
6-year guy. It's kind of weird that he didn't play much before this season, being a 6-year guy and having 7 interceptions. But he's ready to play right away. But yeah, look at linebacker.
At least take me one Ohio State guy.
Is Kaiser there?
Cody
Kaiser's
Simon,
there.
He's there.
Jay
No,
Higgins
Will's all
is
over
there.
Kaiser.
Now, if
Will
you've
be
seen Cody Simon, our buddy, A to Z Sports today did an article on Cody Simon, and he used my clip-ups from that in his article.
Hell yeah, he did.
John Sheeran.
I love it.
And he made sure and tagged me, so I knew, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have seen it.
The brain.
No offense, John. So I like all three of the, honestly, I like Shamar James a lot too. I think he's going to test really well. We've talked about him.
Well,
He's a young
I
guy
got to
still
tell you
back in
though,
school.
if these are the linebackers that are on the board, and we're going to pick a linebacker here, I think there's going to be there could possibly some Al Golden bias.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing 4 or 5 linebackers I like here, which tells me to wait.
Do you like
on
Jack
linebacker.
Kaiser?
Yeah.
I like Kaiser.
Well, tell me about Kaiser, because I just think that like Al Golden wouldn't mind having someone from his previous defense come in.
Unfortunately, and I can't believe that I'm saying this, I like Kaiser better than Simon too, but I just I love Simon, man. He was wearing the block O this year and just freaking Ohio State bias, I know, but
Yeah,
he played really well.
I mean, I have Simon above Kaiser in my rankings because he was extremely productive. He had 7 sacks, which is insane for a linebacker. We were hyping up Jihad Campbell, who had 5. He had 7.
Yeah.
And he's really good in coverage. Jack Kaiser's only 6'1", 227, so he's undersized.
Jeez.
He is a 6th-year senior.
Huh.
Yeah.
He was never a full-time starter till this year. Will, close your ears, because I'm giving the reasons why I like Kaiser worries me a little bit.
Right.
Now, I know Al Golden will like him.
Yeah.
And he only had a 4. So reasons to like him: experience. He's played in 65-plus games, just never been like the guy. Last year, they had 2 guys that got drafted, one of them to Dallas, and I don't know where the other one went. So he kind of played behind those guys and rotated in with them. Got good football IQ, effective blitzer, play recognition. Only 4.6 missed tackle rate. Doesn't have the greatest speed. A little bit of a thin frame, obviously 6'1", 227. I don't know, man. He did have he had 90 tackles this year with 2 sacks, but Cody Simon had 100 and some tackles and 7 sacks. I'm just saying, stats aren't everything.
Yeah, maybe that's why I just thought he was doing why I liked him so much is because of the experience. I didn't realize he was a 6-year senior, and he's a man out there playing with boys.
But Cody Simon, a 5th-year senior, and he also never really was the full-time guy all the time. Like last year, it took some injuries or something for him to be I don't know,
Wasn't
man.
he a converted safety too?
I think he came in as a safety at one point, but
what about Willie Lampkin here? He's sitting there, and it's the 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got Ratledge. I don't think it's ever a bad idea to load up the lines, but I say we just pick between linebackers.
Yep.
Cody Simon, Jack Kaiser, whatever the chat thinks. I'm not gonna.
A lot of people are saying Kaiser right here.
Yeah.
Austin, Robert, what up? Tyler says Simon. Matt says Kaiser. Pegasus is another was said by somebody.
JJ Pago, but I don't want to take a 3rd D tackle.
Okay. Jay Higgins, Ryan said he would like.
So who's the most, Kaiser?
Seems like it's Kaiser. Yeah, Will says Kaiser. Yeah, it seems
yeah,
like
I'm not gonna be mad at it, especially this late in the draft. I mean, shit, you got a guy who Al Golden gets one of the guys he likes, and
Yeah.
got a good player there. We haven't taken a safety at all. We should
Ryan
probably
says
do.
get Marcus.
Well, we can
Freer.
trade back and get. Oh, we only get another pick.
Ryan's already saying get Marcus. We're with the last pick.
Yeah, that's another guard.
Well, here we can trade back. We can trade back 2 picks and get 2 more picks from LA.
There's one more Ohio State guy left.
Should I take this trade? We'll get 2 more picks.
No.
All right.
Cody Simon's still there.
Simon's there. Double up.
I don't want to double up at linebacker. I mean, I'd triple up at D tackle because Aeneas Peebles has no business being here.
Still there. Wow.
Peebles still here.
Yeah. I take Peebles. Not even
6th round. I got a 2nd round grade on this guy. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, this isn't even a debate.
Who is it?
Peebles.
Aeneas Peebles.
Fuck it. We are taking a 3rd D tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Something I didn't think we'd do, but you know what? He's just too damn good. He shouldn't have been there. Safety corner. Sorry, we loaded up in the.
That's how you draft,
right?
Sign us up.
Not one Ohio State guy in there, and not one LSU guy. No Homer.
No homo.
No Homer.
Homer. All right, so what we got here? We took Walter Nolan at pick 22.
If you hit
followed
save,
by
it should show them all
I did. I thought I did, but it didn't do anything. Oh, now it's doing something.
Dale, how do you say that last
Here
name?
you go.
Princely Umanmielen.
Umanmielen.
Yeah,
no punter, Darth. I'm sorry. We didn't. No punter. I'm sorry, buddy.
Elijah Arroyo. So we got our tight end. Dale, give me a comp for Elijah.
God, I don't know. I hate doing comps.
I do too, but I'm trying to. I like comps just because I like to try to visualize, what could this guy be.
I mean, I honestly don't know. I will say, like, he catches a lot of, like, his 7 touchdowns weren't necessarily red zone variety. A lot of them and a lot of his production was like big plays. So he can get down the field and open things up and, take one 50, 60, 70 yards with 4 or 5 speed. That helps, right? So
So maybe a guy like who's the guy that just went to Miami this year? I can't remember his name now. I'll look it up, but
I don't know. I'm not a big comp guy, so I
he played for the Giants for several years. He had like 1,000 yards his rookie year.
I mean, Daniel Jeremiah says there's only 2 types.
Yep.
There's Rob Gronkowski and there's
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. So he's Travis Kelce with more speed.
Okay.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not good with comps.
Me either, Dale.
Then Ratledge to go at right guard to pair with Mims. I think that's really good. And hopefully we sign somebody to play left
Johnny
guard.
Smith.
There you
Johnny
go.
Smith is who I was thinking of.
Yeah. No, I could see that. Seam stretcher. Makes sense. Caldwell, I really like. He's going to play well against the run, but he can get after the quarterback. And I think, pair him up with Walter Nolan, Chris Jenkins, McKinley Jackson, and Aeneas Peebles, who we drafted with our last pick. That's a stacked D-line room that I think we can finally get after the damn quarterback and we can keep guys fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And we can stop the run because Jenkins is a run stopper. Caldwell can stop the run. McKinley Jackson can do some of that. Walter Nolan's a hell of a run defender. So, I mean, we're going to be good both ways, I think, at D-tackle finally. Then Ollie Gordon to pair with Chase Brown. I think that's a good pick. And Jack Kaiser at linebacker for you Notre Dame homers.
Man, I'm not on control of that screen anymore, but you look down there and you see Cleveland got Abdul Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fuck them.
Good pick.
Let's talk about this because I'm hearing a lot of rumblings that Tennessee might actually trade out of the first pick. If they don't, do you see them really taking a quarterback?
Wait a minute. What do you see? Yes, God, yes.
Tennessee?
Yeah, man. They drafted
they
Will
should.
Levis before Callahan got there. It's not his guy. He sucks. Let Callahan get his guy in there.
But it sounded like a lot of guys are not really sold on the Cameron Ward or Shadir. So I don't know. I just think
I like Cam Ward. I like
getting
Cam
the
Ward.
Abdul.
I mean, are they sold
Abdul
on
Carter
Will Levis?
be,
Are they sold on it? That's what I'm saying.
No, but
like,
they can pick somebody up in free agency. That's where I was going with that. You pick somebody up in free agency. You get Abdul Carter to. I mean, Abdul Carter on that defense would just be insane.
No, and I hope they do because I don't want Cleveland to take him.
Yeah,
but then Cleveland might take Cam Ward. I mean, they could take Travis Hunter or somebody, but if Abdul Carter's gone and Cleveland takes Cam Ward, they might actually have their quarterback. I'm just saying. Callahan should want a quarterback. I mean, he really should. He's an offensive guy, a quarterback coach guy.
Yeah, I think he'll want a quarterback. Like Will Levis is not his guy. If maybe he might see if anybody wants to trade for Will Levis, you know. I mean, he's only one draft back, so maybe somebody would actually have value for Will Levis and they could get a later round pick. But I'm the same way with Cleveland. Like, what's the chances you get the number 2 pick again? So you got a chance to take one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the draft, possibly the top 1. So I just think Cleveland, if I'm a Cleveland fan, I'm hoping they pick a quarterback here because it makes no sense to just keep fucking beating your head against the wall with the same bullshit just because you paid him. Just because he's getting paid for the next however many years.
And he gets injured a lot, so you can't even count on how much he's going to play. So why not have
I mean, they already said he's not playing next year.
I mean, what are you going to wait? I mean, you're going to get a guy in here on a rookie contract, which will finish out Watson's contract, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't – I understand that they spent the money, but why do you just keep playing the same fucking guy he sucks?
Yeah.
Now, I think it would be kind of funny if they got Shedeur Sanders that pick too.
Yeah.
Like, let's say Cam Moore goes 1 and they don't take Carter and they go Shedeur.
Man, you know –
and then they got Shedeur. I just don't – like, he's okay. He's an okay quarterback, but I don't know how he is as a leader.
Yeah.
And I don't think Deshaun Watson's a leader because I don't think anybody in that locker room respects him as a man.
Yeah. Can we talk some Reds real quick because Arroyo had me thinking of Reds.
All right.
Did you guys see where they signed Billy Hamilton back?
No.
Yeah, it was maybe somebody was just bullshitting with me, but
yeah, I think somebody's bullshitting.
I think
somebody said they signed him to like a I don't know, a spring contract or something.
I heard that somebody said the Reds should do that because he was looking to still play in minor league deal.
Cool, buddy.
You want a podcast?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
You doing your podcast, Daddy?
Yeah.
Everybody.
You want to say hi to everybody? All right, come on. Move the pile of clothes we got to wash this weekend.
Hey!
What's up, Declan?
What's up, Declan?
What I got from my friend.
What? You got a pencil? A pen?
Awesome, man.
Mechanical pencil.
Nice.
How you
Very
doing, buddy?
nice. I love mechanical pencils. You don't have to sharpen them. You just give them a little click.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to buy some lead.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But actually, you don't have to buy anything, Declan. Make that guy next to you buy it.
This guy Crypt Keeper said hi. He
Tell
also
us
thinks your
real
mom is
quick
pretty. He thinks your
who
mom
we
is
should
pretty.
have picked because
Tell
Pat
your
never
dad
voted
that Crip thinks your
in our
mom
draft.
looks pretty.
Should we take Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame, or should we have taken Cody Simon from Ohio State?
Cody Simon.
There you go.
Right. Well, now tell your dad that Crip said.
Look at all these people saying hi to you too.
Yeah, look at that. Everybody likes Declan.
Yeah, you guys don't say hi to me this much.
Nope. They don't talk about. Sometimes you have a pencil in your hand. I don't see anybody ever talking about it, Dale. The Brew Crew loves you, Declan.
All right, let me finish up. All right.
Okay.
Take care,
See, brother.
All right. Now the their ship's going to go down. We just dropped 10 viewers as soon as Declan went off the
Yep.
screen.
I came back on and ruined everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost just tripped over
All right, boys. I reckon we'll win this one.
Okay.
Anybody got any final parting words of wisdom? Chop.
See you at Chandler's.
Yep.
I mean,
See,
Midwest
gotta
Best
get ready.
Barbecue.
Holding 10 pounds in one hand.
Hell yeah. One hand?
Oh man.
Greg, you want to dot bot or take your shirt off or anything?
It is Friday, Greg.
I'm good, buddy.
He
But
says
it's
he's
almost the
We
combine.
got the video, Dale. Just play
It's
the
almost combine and free agency, Greg.
good. We want a good combine, Greg.
Speaking of free agency, make sure to go out to Midwest Best Barbecue March 15th. Come and see us. We'll all be doing all kinds of crazy shit. Dale will probably be snorting lines of coke because he's
I
pissed
don't
off
do
because
that.
oh well.
Never done that. Literally.
I have.
Maybe
No,
I will
drink
be.
Miller
I don't know.
Lights.
I
There you
have
go.
in the
Drink.
past.
Miller Lights.
We might be all pissed off come March 15th, but it'll be fun no matter what.
Absolutely.
I don't think we will be because I think the guys are from everything I'm seeing, it sounds like they're ready to rock and roll and get this.
Yeah, but even if
ship
they just
back on
re-sign
track.
the guy, like we don't need to just re-sign our own. We need to do that, but we need to do more than that. We've got
Yeah.
the money and the salary cap space to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping we have at least a guard that we've added at minimum a starting guard and retained our guys, maybe a D tackle too, because if you're losing BJ
Yeah.
Hill, you should
Hey.
have a D tackle.
Look,
You
Darth
know-
is going to bring some change to the Midwest Best thing.
Hey, get off
Heck
my
yeah.
chin,
He just
one
committed.
guy that I seen just recently that was available. Maybe we could sign. What's his name? Sheldon Rankins. I heard he's out there. Maybe we could sign him for.
I heard he
don't know.
just got cut from a really
Yeah.
good team.
Yeah.
He didn't get much playing time last season.
But if Darth brings some chains, maybe we'll make Greg bring some trivia questions, and we could even do it live on the show or before or after the show or whatever, and we could do some trivia questions for chain giveaways. You know,
Yep.
And
we're going
whatever
to
Darth brings. If he brings
Hey.
a few of them, then we'll do a few trivia questions. Whatever he
And-
wants to do.
I see that there's a ton of podcasts out there doing this kind of thing. So maybe we'll
Right.
open questions up to the chat, quote unquote. We'll have a mic out there so people can come up and ask their questions for us, and we can pretend we're professional for 5 minutes.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not professionals, so let's not try to pretend that it'll be anything professional
Right.
there.
Yeah. So if you want to drive out there to ask us a question on a microphone, please do. While you're there, enjoy the G-Funk and the mac and cheese.
Sarah,
Yeah.
Grip Keeper says hi.
Please tell Declan's mom I said I tried to tell Declan. This guy saying hi to you thinks your mom is very pretty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now we got another one wanting to come say, oh, and she is gorgeous today. She did her makeup and everything. We got another
Sarah?
person wanting to say hi real quick.
Hi.
Hey!
Ashlyn.
Can you tell Ashlyn?
Oh.
Earlier
Yeah, give her a head. Give her a head.
She don't ask, she takes.
Like a
Ashlyn,
mom.
how you doing?
Hi,
you doing,
Ashlyn. How are you?
Hi, Ashlyn.
Well, you look really pretty today.
And it's the teeth too.
You
Oh,
did. Let me
no.
see.
Did your dad punch you in the face?
No.
He
Okay,
did. He
that's
did. He,
good.
he didn't punch you to knock it out.
She already had her teeth coming in behind them.
Oh
so
man.
it's really hard
What'd
to
you get?
tell.
How much
is-
money? How much money are you gonna get for a tooth? Is he gonna give you $100?
No, it's a gold dollar.
All right.
A gold dollar.
That's awesome.
Woo!
Look at these people saying hi to you.
A lot of people said hi.
Oh, we got another one saying hello.
Hey, I'll ask you the same question I asked Declan.
What?
Who should the Bengals pick? Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame or Cody Simon from Ohio State?
Cody Simon.
This
right.
guy.
I raised him right, Dale. I raised him right.
He
We
did.
need to go back and redo the draft.
Ashlyn, are you coming to Midwest Best Barbecue on March 15th?
No.
What?
You're not
No, what?
going? Derek's making you stay home?
She's going to go hang out with Mimi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, man.
you love your Mimi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably a lot,
All right.
lot more
We gotta
fun than
end
your
this show,
dad.
dude. Tell her
Right.
bye-bye.
Bye.
I agree, Ashlyn. Your dad is not fun.
They said you're not fun.
She snitched. She snitched on you, Chop. She
Damn,
snitched
drop
right
the
away. She snitched
Oh, yeah.
right away
Will you
on
tell
you.
her to snitch with stitches?
Your room's messy.
What?
Your
She said
room's messy.
Your room's
Oh, I
messy.
thought she was going to give me a kiss on the cheek or something.
Nah,
you know,
man,
be
she
sweet
said
for a
your
second.
room's messy.
She said your room's fucked up, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a piece of
I
shit.
guess I got to
Clean
get
your
off here and
room.
clean my room.
Yeah.
They
you
aren't
don't-
actually Derek's kids, Robert. Just we don't want to tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No one wants to tell
The
them.
milkman.
They're actually Crypt Keepers kids. She
Yeah.
went to Myrtle Beach 2 times.
Right.
Yeah.
He's been there twice.
Oh,
All right,
man.
guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. You guys are fantastic as always, Brew Crew. Appreciate you. I will be on a show tonight. I retweeted on the Twitter. Be a 3-round mock draft with a bunch of people drafted, and I'm going to be in like a Mel Kiper type role.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
I'm just
so
going
you
to be
guys.
talking about the picks.
All right.
There's like 32 different people from different teams drafting for their teams. So
Are you
You gonna-
Dale
you gonna be-
Kuiper or are you Mel Altman?
I'm Mel Stripper.
Mel Stripper. Hell yeah.
You going to be Mel Kiper or you going to be, who's that other guy that was on there? Or even Urban Meyer, because he likes to show up every now and then and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can be Urban Meyer, Dale.
Well, which
Yeah.
one gets real drunk by the time the show even
Oh,
starts?
it's definitely Urban.
Okay,
it's gotta
Isn't he
be
the one
Urban.
that gets the lap
I'm gonna-
dances? Isn't he the one that gets the lap dances here in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be that guy, man. Get a lap dance.
Oh, somebody asked for the link. Shoot. I have
Well,
to
you
go
said
to-
it's on your Twitter. you
Yeah,
said,
but
right?
I don't think Robert has Twitter.
Robert has Twitter.
He has Facebook.
Yeah.
Don't you have Twitter, Robert? I thought Robert has Twitter.
Anyway, I got to go get ready and all that. Take care, guys.
All right, Greg. I'll see you in an hour and a half.
See you, bro.
Yeah, Greg's got to take an hour to get ready.
He
Yeah,
gets
hour and
real
a
pretty
half.
up for me,
Hour
Derek.
to get ready. Jeez.
When you look like
Right.
this, man, people take time to get ready when they meet you in public.
I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
I would want to get all up.
I mean,
dolled up for you too.
probably your dates probably squirted on fucking like deer piss to turn you on. You know,
it.
you get a little whiff of that deer piss, you're like, ooh, I smell me some whitetail.
That's what I told Sarah. when
Oh
we
yeah,
first went
Robert
out
says
for our
only
date.
one social media for him.
I think
Are
if
you
you
look-
type in like Draft Professor, see how like Draft Professor is the name of the podcast. So if you type that in, and then a lot of times
Look
their
for
logo
that.
looks like
Yeah.
this. Yeah. So if you type in Draft Professor, you should be able to find the show
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, right?
That's
I
at
don't
8
know.
o'clock tonight.
It's from 7 to 10.
Oh man, I'll be eating dinner. I will watch it later though. I will watch you later when I'm only wearing.
I'm gonna have so many
my
beers
underwear.
in me by the time it starts. That's like 2 more hours.
Well,
I'm gonna just be like, "I'll be back, guys," and I'm just gonna be going out to my porch and peeing like every fucking
You're right.
what's closer, the porch or the bathroom?
the porch.
Okay.
It's literally right
Why don't you just prepare yourself with a bucket? And just
Like,
set
there
it
you
down
go.
there.
I might be able to open that door with these headphones.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then just push real hard. Get it while you can, because when you get in your 50s, you can't push like that.
Yeah. Just walk around with your camera the
No
whole
Push
time.
it real good.
Yeah, there's no distance. You lose.
Get you
all-
one of those like shoulder straps where you can just have the camera here the whole time. So no matter where you go, you're just on air.
Yeah. Like a GoPro.
Yes.
You never know. I know.
Yeah.
I'm too cheap to buy.
Dale's
all
got a
that.
green screen behind him.
Look,
He
Robert
just-
found it. There you go.
There you go. Perfect. Well, guys, I gotta get off here and get ready for work.
What time
Yeah.
you go in?
I'm going in today, like around 11, but I got.
So Sarah is going to the foaling warehouse. You said.
Yep. She will be
Yeah, 'cause
folding
Marissa's
with
like-
the rest of us.
Marissa's like, "What do you even want me to go? I could probably get off at like 2:30 maybe." But I was like, "Are you gonna get off early? Just take that day off."
Yeah.
What time do you plan on going up?
Me? What time are we opening? I
No,
don't
for
know.
the To the draft event.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the foaling. I mean it's Saturday, so I was planning on going up just.
No,
whenever.
the foaling. Yeah, like
Hold
what time
on.
are you going to the foaling?
Foaling, it's on a Friday.
Okay.
Second day of the draft.
Not March 15th. We're talking
No,
about the other
April
one.
25th.
Yes.
April
Is
25th.
Sarah going to that?
That'll be what time or what day? Friday?
Friday.
Yes, it's a Friday.
So
April 25th at the Foaling Warehouse.
Second day of the draft.
So I'm going to be working. So I'll probably be up there around.
You're going to go from the draft event to work?
No, I'm going to go from work to bed, and then when I wake up, I'll go out or head that way. I don't know.
Sarah is going.
My brain. Sarah is going. So when
'Cause
she gets home, I'll wake
Rest
up.
act like she didn't want to go, but if Sarah's going, that helps.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
Sarah will
depending
be
what
there.
time you're going, maybe I can meet you like we do when we're
Right
going to
up. Right up. Don't stop.
I think it's
stream.
funny. It's
My
like,
brain is.
This is
mush
normally
right
the
now.
conversation we have right after we end the show. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? How's it going? What about directions? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Fuck it, man. Just
I
leave
just
it
had to
on.
ask. He said he had to go, so I had to get it in now. Because I got to talk Marissa into it. I want to buy her a ticket and be done with it. I want to
Sarah's
know I'm
going.
going. I know it's 2 months away, but I need to plan 2 months away so I can be ready.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah. We'll plan on. Actually, I think is spring break right before that.
I
Is it
don't
the
know. Let's
weekend
get out
before
our
that?
calendars.
I'll have to look. and
When's
see.
spring break?
It's like April 17th or something like that.
But you're going and Sarah's going, so
Yes.
this will help me talk Marissa into going. And then you're not going up super early.
Nope.
And I'll let
Okay.
my Sarah know that both of them are going, and that'll help her decide also still to remain a no.
So, but maybe we'll be able to meet up. I don't even like 5 o'clock because
Yeah.
I mean it's like an hour away.
Yeah.
And then the draft doesn't start till 7 on that night. So
Perfect.
as long as we're there by 7, that's really all that matters.
Right there. We're meeting at 5.
5:30, 5. It'll be 5:30 probably.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We'll tell them.
You better make it for
We'll
10
tell them
a.m.
4:30.
If Sarah's coming, make it for 10 a.m.
Yeah. All right, brother. All right. Me and Derek
Oh,
figuring shit out.
Robert was talking about don't stop the stream when you're peeing off the porch.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I thought he was talking about.
Oh,
I got it. I got
all
it.
right. All right. Well, I liked it the other way too.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Who dey?
Love you.